He'd had it hammered into his mind this entire time, after all. Now then, I do believe I need to finish checking over the area. Mother of the Hala. Marin?
Anithara, it's good to see you recovered.
I saw one of the Hala had been killed. Are they alright? They haven't escaped or anything, have they?
They fare well. The Keeper called for the clan to move on, and they will be ready to take us. One is heavy with calf, but it shouldn't be a problem. May I ask of Tamlin's fate? Some say the clan will leave before we find him.
We're going to find him, don't worry.
The Hala mourn our fallen. No sound is more heart-wrenching than their mourning cry. At least they won't be crying over you. They are quite fond of you.
I suppose that's reminiscent to the name that Bible gave me. The Hala are beautiful creatures.
I admire them for their strength and pride. They are equals, not servants like the Shemlin horses. At any rate, I do not envy the Keeper's decision. I'll pray for Tamlin's safe return.
All the more reason that we must move quicker.
And so I shall.
More codex entries. I'll read those out in a few moments. And there's a stranger among us, it would appear. Oh, Junar, who's this?
Ah, it's good you're well. You weren't here when Paul arrived, were you?
I've heard of you. Everyone is talking about you and the other missing hunter. A Grey Warden brought you back here.
You're not Dalish, are you?
That obvious, is it? I just found your camp a couple of days ago. A lucky thing. I heard rumors in a nearby human village that a Dalish camp was close, and I hope to find your hunters in the forest.
You were fortunate I didn't shoot you, Paul. I thought you were a Shem, and a bandit at that. You're not the first city elf to rejoin his people. I'm sure you'll find life among us more satisfying than with the Shems, if no less harsh.
In the alienage, we hear terrible stories about the Dalish. They aren't true, right?
Only the parts where we sacrifice young elves to the gods. No. Yeah, Hanal is very much... The Dalish are his life, so he'd be thrilled that elves from the city are coming to join the tribes. That's fantastic in his eyes. You've nothing to worry about, Paul.
Thank you. The clan has been very kind and welcoming. I never expected it to be like this.
Ah, good, because I'd have words with anyone that was trying to scare you off.
I'm glad you recovered. Once we find Tamlin, we can concentrate on the journey northward.
Thank you for the bow, Master Island. It is light and sturdy, much better than the one I made last year.
You are more than welcome. My father made it and used it in battle against the Clane tribes.
I will carry it with honor.
Actually, well, no, he actually has no need for a bow, so he won't ask for it, but... As much as he would like to hear the story of his father's battle, he's probably already heard it for one, and more importantly, he has to find Tamlin, so...
Of course. Take whatever you need.
Instead, he'll ask about his wares and sell some of what he gathered. He certainly doesn't need much of it. The benefits of being a mage. I suppose he could actually wear that. Can't wear this, however. free up some of the space. He'll keep the quartz just because I believe he can use that for detail some of the enchantment, I believe. He'll keep the demonic ichor as well. Oh, but he does have flasks. He'll buy all of those, as well as any elf root. Yeah, that should be good enough. Take a few moments to quickly brew some of the policies. That'll help out a little bit, especially since Marel is a mage similar to him. They're both going to be quite squishy going into the caves.
By the creators, it is so good to see you whole and well. I was so worried.
Ashala is essentially a mother to him. Aneth Ara, Ashal. It's good to see you too.
All that time you were ill, the Keeper didn't know if you were going to live or die. I've been outside the Keeper's tent the whole time. I have never been so relieved as when I heard you would pull through. What happened? Everyone says Tamlin may be dead.
He's missing, and that's all we know right now. I'm on my way to try and save him.
That's awful. He's been a good friend to you since you were fledglings. You must be more careful. Your mother and father, may they rest in peace, would be horrified to see you take such risks.
You've never spoken of my parents much, Ashala.
What happened to them is a sad tale, and it's in the past. Reopening old wounds benefits no one.
On the contrary, Dalish strive to learn of our past and push forward with the knowledge of mistakes, and benefits both. You forget that I was once the first of the Keeper.
True. Perhaps you're old enough to hear this, though it hardly seems like the right time.
Well, there's hardly going to be a right time, now is there? And even more importantly, I might not last much longer. I think he'll mumble that last bit. He doesn't know exactly what's going to be in that cave that he's going into.
Very well. If I do not tell you now, you'll only wonder. Your mother was a hunter, one of the finest, and your father was the Keeper before Marethari. He was with us for a very long time. Your mother was from another clan, and her elders did not approve of the match. She and your father had to meet in secret. One day, bandits caught them alone in the forest. Your father was killed, but your mother escaped.
Humans killed my father? The Shemlin?
Yes, but also city elves, too. Those of our kind living with humans do not hold to the old ways. Your mother held to life long enough to give birth to you. But grief racked her heart. One night she simply walked into the moonlight and never returned.
Reeling a bit from this revelation, he would struggle for a moment. I don't know what to say.
The clan decided not to discuss this around you, lest it poison your heart with sadness.
Well, it's been far too long for me to feel sadness, I suppose. After all, I never knew them, but there is something. It's, I suppose, like reading the end of a book. The resolution. I understand why you didn't tell me. I'm sure as a child this would have done me much more ill.
Our people have learned to live with much sorrow. It seemed only right that we not dwell on it. Your mother did leave you a gift. something of your father's for you to have once you are older. Perhaps the time has come.
Where is it?
Take this key. You'll see some chests behind the storage Aravel by the Halapen. One of them was your mother's. Its contents are yours if you wish.
Aha, the large case that had the heavy lock. Uncertain exactly how he should feel, but having a sense of closure if nothing else. He should at least see what it is. He can decide if he's ready for it or not after that.
Delighted.
As well as examine a scroll. An iron helmet and an heirloom necklace. Spirit resistance. He can wear the leather helmet. Oh god, that does not look. It's going. I don't think he'll wear this. It'd be incredibly uncomfortable on his head with his hair. It would also hinder his vision, so we'll leave it out for now. There's Meryl. Anything else that he needs to check over quickly? Doesn't seem like it. Very well. Meryl, dear.
The Keeper told me I'm to accompany you back to those caves. As her apprentice, I may see something you missed. But our main objective is to find Tamlin, of course. We must make haste. He may not have much time.
Oh, Meryl. I don't think he'll mention the fact that he used to be her first before Meryl. There's not much that she could notice that he wouldn't have. He can appreciate another pair of eyes, don't get him wrong, but she's always so eager to prove herself. How much did the Keeper tell you, just to make sure you're up to date with everything?
Enough to pique my interest and my concern. You can explain the rest on the way.
Alright, let's go.
And let us make haste while daylight lasts.
Yes, I'd rather not face the creatures in the nighttime. Does not sound a pleasant experience. Oh, apparently I've leveled up again as well. Oh, no, I never leveled up. Well, I'm going to stick with my previous choices. I forgot that I had to restart. I was very confused for a moment there. Ah, Darkspawn.
And so I shall. Of course.
What were those things? Were those Darkspawn?
Oh, that would make the most sense.
I've never seen anything like them. You can smell the evil on them. Where did they come from? Were they here before?
Well, as accurate as this is, I think you'll skip that section of the conversation straight to the point. It's possible they followed the Grey Warden, but considering what the mirror has done so far, that seems more likely. And it's likely that the mirror has something to do with it instead.
What would Darkspawn have to do with our people? The stories say our Lathan fell long before the Darkspawn appeared. Well, we'll find out soon enough. Let's hope we don't find any more of these monsters. Before we go, are you all right? Were you hurt during the fight?
Nothing I won't recover from. Though I do feel a bit faint, but it's of no worry. Tamlin is a much higher concern right now.
It's just that you're quite pale. You look a bit feverish, in fact.
Well, he knows what she's implying. Darkspawn taint. I'm fine, Meryl. Or at least I will be. For now, let's focus on the goal.
Well, I'll keep an eye on you. You've only just recovered from your illness. But let's not think of that now. We should move on.
Agreed. Darkspawn. Oh, there's the past
I wonder whose
one.
camp this is. Do you remember it being here?
Most likely it belongs to the Shem that found me. It certainly wasn't here before, when me and Tamlin went through this area.
You're probably right. Didn't he say he was headed back to the cave? If so, he's not here now. And we've seen no sign of Tamlin. Maybe we should... Wait. Do you hear that?
No forest creatures. It's become very, very silent, very quickly.
Exactly. The forest is too... still. Something's in the air. Something unnatural.
Careful, I don't like this. It seems likely that the taint, or whatever else that mirror is putting out, is spreading.
It seems whatever you woke up inside that cave has spread outside. The sooner we find this cave and Tamlin, the sooner we can leave. Take us there quickly.
Agreed. We'll have to purge it with flame. Oh, lovely. More of them.
And so I shall.
Battle!
Hey now!
Battle!
Aha! What to do?
To battle!
Oh, they certainly like to swarm, don't they? Any more? Doesn't appear so, at least for now. Oh, and here are the ruins. We should move quickly.
So these are the ruins. Interesting. They're definitely of human origin, yet elven artifacts are scattered amongst them. Nothing explains the monsters, though. But we must find Tamlin, or what's left of him. I can't imagine he's still alive with those creatures about.
Unfortunately, you're most likely right, but I'm not going to rest until I know for certain. It's also possible they might have taken him hostage.
Maybe. Let's just hope he's here, somewhere.
Agreed. Corpses, so it appears if nothing else, the Grey Warden has done some work. I don't like this feeling of this. 3 guesses, and they're most likely waiting an ambush in there. Right then. And it appears they set a trap as well. Fantastic.
Why do they bother? Delightful.
We must act!
Well, they certainly make quite a bit of noise when they die. Suppose we should count ourselves lucky that we're 2 magic users. I'm not so certain that warriors would have had as much ease in defeating them. There's the trap that Tamlin walked over.
And so I shall. Of course.
For the Dales!
All right. If you must!
By the gods!
I'm allowing myself to get distracted, my apologies. It's an unfortunate fact that Tamlin is most likely no longer among the living.
Of course.
Hopefully, we'll at least be able to find a body so that we can give the proper... Ah! This one appears to be special. A proper burial was my thought.
Shame about the face!
Die, damn you! We must act!
Well, it was certainly special, if nothing else. Apologies. I'm still concerned in regards to Tamlin. If nothing else, a burial will certainly make me feel better. They just don't stop, do they?
For battle!
Now this is more like it. Of course.
Well, that's two less. I suppose we shouldn't be too surprised. Now the real question is, are there more behind the door? Hello everyone, and thank you for watching. If you enjoy my videos and don't want to miss out on future content, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification button. If you'd like to support me on a more personal level, offer recommendations, chat with me, or vote on future series, then consider becoming one of my patrons on Patreon. Thank you once again for all your support, and I can't wait to see you in the next chapter of our story.